My greetings to everybody who is grieving but living. My son left this world 4.5 years ago, in October 2016. I was grieving and thinking about him and talking to him non-stop. So obviously, I was thinking that during the night time, he will come to me in my dreams and he will let me know how is he doing over there. Because I am a true believer to afterlife. So I knew 100% that the first thing my son wants to do after his transition, he wants to let me know that he is alright. He knows that I'm crying and I'm going insane. So I was waiting for him to come in my dreams. Actually, he came, but only once. I was really disappointed. It was a real dream visitation, and it's absolutely 100% not a dream. It feels differently, energy is different, you could see and talk even more clearly than in this world. I don't know how to explain it. You feel better, you just with one touch you could feel as if you're touching very scrupulously and not just with one finger like that. So it was amazing. But I don't dream about my son. And I know that many of us, bereaved and grieving people, do not have dream visitation. And visitations, of course, not one. And I do not know why. The only one thing that I know is that there are so many other ways for our loved one who are in spirit now to say hello from heaven to us, that I do not wish for dreams anymore. No, actually, it's not true. I do wish for dreams all the time, of course, because dream visitations are very unique experiences. But I have been introduced to so many other different ways to receive hello from heaven that I consider myself really to be blessed by my son with his hellos. I tell you about few. For example, once after I was reading testimonies of other bereaved parents in the HPH group in the Facebook, Help Parents Heal. It's a amazing group, so try it. Go there and find in Facebook. They have now a YouTube channel. It's amazing. Check it, please. So I was talking to mothers from this group, and I found out that many of them received phone calls from their kids. So I was just like, oh wow, I was positively shocked. And I wanted a phone call from my son. But I didn't want to ask him for a real phone call because I didn't want to put him in a position when I asked something and he is not able to perform the task. I know he would be very disappointed about himself, that he wouldn't be able to give me a full phone call. So I was very specific. It was my birthday next day. So I asked my son, please, Danilechka, just give me one ring. Use a landline. Give me just one ring and let me see that it's unknown and the color. So next morning I woke up, it was my birthday, so I was waiting for the phone call. Nothing. And I was waiting and waiting. Nothing. And finally, I just... And another time I was crying and talking to my son and told him that it's so sad that I do not have new pictures of him, and I would love to know how he looks like right now. Maybe he has some different haircut or some mustaches or whatever. And at first glance on a picture of my son, I was just really shocked. Like, I really didn't understand what's going on. And very quickly I realized that it was a shadow from a big toy dog that is sitting on a grave of my son. But doesn't matter how it happened, my son had a different haircut on this picture, because the reflection of a shadow was on his head, and it's like he had a new form of his hair, so it was a new haircut. And of course I was just laughing, and I said thank you many times, because it was a new picture for me. I didn't recognize my son first when I saw this picture on his grave. So he showed me how is he looking right now. Maybe now it's again a different look, but whatever I asked, it seems like he sent me new picture because I wanted to see something new. I've learned from mediums and NDEers that when our loved ones died, the first thing they want to do is to send us a sign that they're okay. They don't want us to worry about them anymore. And often they use birds and even insects, dragonflies, butterflies, and in my case, my son used ladybugs. First it happened in late November, when in Canada, Calgary, where I live, we had a snowstorm, and during the winter time we have very low temperatures sometimes, and sometimes it's okay. And late November, all of a sudden, into my house came ladybug. She came through the snow and through the back door, and we found her on the ceiling, like a little red dot that was moving and sort of going somewhere, trying to find some green stuff. And in our house we have a lot of plants, so we just put this little ladybug, little hello from heaven, to the plant, and she was living there for a while and then just disappeared. Another time it happened in a year, and it was December, and I found a ladybug in a microwave. I opened microwave, and there was a ladybug. I put some dish, and it was kind of 30 seconds of microwaving, and I opened microwave and I grabbed the plate, and oh my goodness, it was a ladybug on the big plate in the microwave, and she was just again moving, acting hey, hello, it's me. So I definitely can't deny this wonderful signs. And it's amazing that our loved ones, they sent us their hellos from heaven, and we do not have to think that only through the dreams we could connect with our kids, with our spouses, with our siblings and friends. There are many other ways. And I know that when people say, oh, it's a feather and it's hello from heaven, yes it is, but not always, right? I'm a bit skeptical, even though I truly believe in afterlife, and I know that energy of my son exists, and we really will be together, and on the other side when the time will be right for us. And so far we are able to communicate, we are able to hear each other and talk to each other. And please just look around and open your heart and your eyes, and I'm sure you find many signs as I did. Next time I want to talk to you about different feelings that I have when I see, for example, feathers, and how I know that some feathers are from my son and others just feathers that birds left after walking or flying by, and it's not necessarily something that your loved one who is in spirit right now left for you. So I would like to talk about it next time, and I hope I will see you next week, and I hope that all the grieving but living people could share their experiences with me and with each other, and that's how we help each other to cope and to go through the day every day until it's our time to cross over and to meet with our loved ones. Bye. See you next week.